Today, Precarious plays Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Oh, I do love me the Metroid Prime Trilogy.
I honestly forgot we were having fun today.
We might not be. It's Metroid Prime 2, baby.
I have been wanting to play this game. I'll get into it later, I'm sure. 8 days ago, contact with the Galactic Federation Trooper Squad Bravo was lost. Contract agreement. Locate Federation troopers and render assistance. Data confirmation. Last transmission received from rogue planet located in the Dasha region called Aether. Uploading last known coordinates now.
I think we've got some time now.
Okay.
Metroid Prime 2 is probably my favorite of the trilogy.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it's also... The lows are also, I think, the lowest. There are a couple of rough bosses that are probably going to kick my ass, so don't be surprised. I promise, it's just a hard game. One of the reasons why we put it off for so long is because, for some reason, I must have been psychically addled whenever we tried to divide up the labor on the trilogy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'll play 1 and 3, and then you can play 2. And I don't know what I was thinking.
I might insist on playing some of this. I might insist on you handing me the controller for some of this.
Well, that's a small problem because it's a Wiimote, so it's literally strapped to me, which is a way of saying, over my dead body, am I gonna let you play Metroid Prime 2? When I could be playing Metroid Prime 2. No, you can just wait your turn and play Metroid Prime 3. No, you shouldn't play 3. I'm playing the whole thing is mine. It's for me. It's for me now. Here's the reason why. This has become a sacred duty. This has become a public good. Do you know why?
No, why?
I had an idea. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like waiting for something to happen?
Uh-huh.
And then the second that you try to do something else, that's when you're going to activate the next event in your life.
Oh, absolutely. I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's like that is definitely going to be the event flag.
Like waiting on an email or phone call, waiting for 5 minutes, waiting for 7 minutes, pick new task, immediately email/phone call shows up. You know.
That's not it. What is visor swap? Visor swap? Visor swap?
Do you have that yet? I mean, it's only been a couple of seconds into the game.
No. Okay. We'll keep going. I think that Metroid Prime 4 is only going to come out if we beat Metroid Prime, the Metroid Prime Trilogy, ourselves.
I will engage with you in this fiction and assume that that's true because I want that. You don't, I mean, okay. You do, but internet does not know how long I have been waiting to play these. It's embarrassing. It's why we started doing this show. I mean, it's not the only reason why, but this is a prime example.
Ah, got it.
It's a prime example of why.
We have to hold minus. I think I briefly tapped it. Okay. Sorry, continue.
I was making a terrible wordplay. That this is a prime example of why we do this show, because...
Oh. Okay. I'll allow it.
You will. How long have these games been out? Don't answer that.
First one came out in 2002, according to the start screen.
Okay, so one of the most amazing memories that I have, like, you know how you have these little snapshot memories of happy times. And they're not complete and they're not complex, but they're there and you hold them, you keep them in your brain heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of those memories in video gaming for me is having just purchased my first GameCube. Like, after it was hot shit. Like, I think the next generation of consoles was out, so I could then afford a GameCube because they were, like, cheap. So I had gotten a used GameCube and a nice, comfy Wavebird controller at your recommendation. And I went into my living room while I was some type of teenage, and my mom was not home, and I set up all of my gaming stuff all by myself, and I turned all of the lights out, and I started playing Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just like the sweetest, loveliest memory. It was just a little spooky. The music was really good. And it was just like, I felt so badass because I was playing like a female character of a game series that I had already played a whole entry in and beaten. Like, that was like some of my baby.
You became the Metroid.
Yes, I was like a baby gamer. I was a baby gamer. This was probably only the second or third year I had played video games ever. And I was just like, oh, so cozy. And I was like, this is the best. And then I played and beat Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. And then when these other ones started coming out, I think maybe this one was already out, but wait, we're swearing here, right? This is Space Pirates. I fucking never played the next two. I bought the trilogy, and I never fucking played the next two. I didn't. And have I said, yes, that is on my to-play list for years. Years. One of my happiest memories in video gaming.
It seems to be going around, right?
Yeah,
it seems to be like a bug of sorts that people just have to contend with, because they've been saying that they're going to make a Metroid Prime 4 for years! For years! And it just keeps getting pushed back further and further. I don't know anything about it now. So here's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's under a trusted studio name, but it has been so long that the composition of that studio might be completely different, you know?
So you're banking on some type of company or studio culture to persist.
Right.
And that's fucking dodgy.
Yeah.
It's not... I mean, it happens. I can't think of any time that it did, but it does. I have heard that what?
Yeah,
is that?
Gross. Standard human. It's a trooper. Are these hostile? Worker splinters. Low threat target generates webbing for use in its duties. I mean... it kind of seems like they don't even really... Ow. Okay, they do hurt. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. What was I saying?
I don't know. I got kind of distracted by all the corpses. I mean, I know I should have expected it because it's early in a Metroid. Like, and although this is kind of a lot more than usual.
Yeah, you know, Metroid, is it the corpsiest Nintendo franchise? Does it have the greatest concentration? No, Zelda has the greatest concentration of corpses just because of Ocarina of Time and the Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
But excluding that one really serious digression, I think Metroid might be the corpsiest Nintendo franchise. Should we read the logbook entries as we go? They're interesting. They're more interesting than, I think, some of the stuff in Metroid Prime.
I don't think we need to do like voices or anything, but yeah.
Okay. There's something wrong. Immediately do a tough soldier voice.
All right, if you want to.
There's something wrong with the lock systems in the section. They failed twice, locking us out until someone came along to let us in. If it happens again while we're playing bait for those things, well, at least we'll go out fighting instead of hiding in the control area.
Well, mission accomplished, I guess, friend. I also, like, I love Samus. I love my Samus.
Yeah.
I should say.
I love this Samus.
I love this Samus.
I love real Samus, actual Samus. I've got a conspiracy theory that I'll hit you up with later. For right now, do you want to go? Why don't we go a little longer until we get through like this little batch of logs?
Okay.
Don't like this plan. This hive is a small portion of a larger network. There may be dozens of hive systems like this across the planet, and they may all be linked. Destroying this one may buy us time, but it may also provoke the other hives into attacking.
I love that Samus comes in because others have failed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, we tested this one out and it's really hard. Can you
I think
come deal with this?
That's sort of like the usual story for her, you know?
It is, and I love it because I don't know. It's so much better than I have amnesia and now I need to figure out what a sword is, or what's another one? Oh, me and my friends need to find a crystal, or
Princess got nabbed again.
Princess, why you keep getting hijacked? Don't get so hijacked so much, you know, like that.
I think she's just bored.
She might be bored, and I can't blame her. Maybe it's boring to be princess.
Or here's an alternative idea, right? What if it is a clever, self-sacrificing diplomatic arrangement? So are you familiar with the idea of like conflicts being decided by like the champions of two opposing armies?
Oh yeah, where like they'll have sort of little, what is it called, like a proxy fight or something? Right,
and they'll just have like a duel between two warriors that decides, and then if people actually stick to the rules, then they're like, we're just gonna go home. Or
yeah, we don't need to actually fight this all the way out and lose like millions of people.
Yeah, so maybe it's just that. Maybe she's just like, I'm going to let myself be captured to distract Bowser.
I was going to say, we are talking about Peach, right?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about me. I'm the princess. And I'm bored.